Well, folks, the URC round 11 is officially over, and it has been a solid week of rugby. I'm not going to lie, my hair is all over the place, no idea why, but yeah. The GOAT of predictions is back, 8 out of 8. I'm buzzing. Yeah, let's get into it. So, if you don't know how this works, we'll just run through the teams. I'll put up who scored, what time, stuff like that, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, starting off, we're at the Hive Stadium on Friday night as Edinburgh hosted Ospreys. And what was a solid first half from Edinburgh fell off, and Ospreys were looking like they were going to do one of the signature comebacks, but just fumbled a late line out close to the Edinburgh line, which just managed to let Edinburgh see across the line. Edinburgh winning 19 points to 15. I did say Edinburgh would edge it slightly in quite a tight affair. I was correct. So, yeah. Well played by Edinburgh. They are actually, despite not picking up many bonus points, they're actually doing very well on the table. I'll get to the table at the end though. Next up we had Munster at home to Zebra, and Munster came out the blocks flying. They pulled ahead, scoring something like, was it 6 tries? 7? Munster were cruising, but, from about the 60th minute, Zebra looked like they might have been fighting back. They scored 3 tries in 15 minutes to close the gap to about 10, 11 points. And, there was panic. But Munster did just about hold on, scoring in the last minute to just seal the deal. So Munster winning that game, 45 points to 29. So Zebra putting up a good fight, but just not quite enough to topple the reigning champions, who are back into the top 8 after dropping out for a few weeks. But they are back. They are sitting 6th. But as again, I'll look at the table in a bit. Next up, we head over to Saturday's games now, and the Lions hosted the Sharks in another absolute drubbing for the Sharks. What is going wrong with them this season? Got no idea. Lions looking really, really comfortable. I thought Lions would win, but I didn't think it'd be by this much. 6 tries for the Lions, winning 40 points to 10. It was a late on resurgence that really pulled them away, Up until about the last 20, it was pretty tight. You're looking 16-10, 17, I think 19-10 would have been until about 60 minutes, so that was half-time score. So, it was tight, but just late on, Lions had a massive resurgence, scoring 3 tries and pulling well ahead. So, yeah. Next up, Benetton hosted Glasgow in a near top of the table affair, and Glasgow are looking really good at the minute. They really are. Benetton just couldn't quite score. Glasgow getting a few issues with the rub of the green, but they do get across the line. Sorry about that. Yeah, Glasgow are looking really good. Johnny Matthews, the top try scorer of 2023. I believe he's finally got his first try of 2024. Only took him till March. Still the league's top try scorer though, and still well on track to be that. So yeah, as Glasgow close out Benetton 19 points to 9. So again, another pretty close encounter, but Glasgow taking the lead. Benetton are slowly starting to slip from the place of power. They're now down in 8th. So they actually need to be careful that if they lose a couple more games, they might be entirely out the top 8, which wouldn't be great for them after being so good for so long. Next up, we've got another all-South African affair, and this one was one that I wasn't too sure. I did side with the Bulls because they were at home. It was a big occasion, and the Stormers have been a bit hit or miss this season. And I was correct, the Bulls getting a good win at 40 points to 22. So again, another entertaining South African affair. 4 tries to 3, usual South African excitement, but Bulls just getting a bunch more pick kicks. They got all 4 conversions, they got 4 penalties. Stormers only got 2 conversions and 1 penalty, so really that's where Bulls won. Next up, Connacht hosted Scarlets, and the Irish team are back into the top 8 with a big bonus point win. 26 points to 10. Yeah, it's good to see them back. 4 tries to 1. Yeah, pretty dominant from Connacht there. I cannot think. I'm not feeling too great. Probably tell, but yeah. Yeah, good win for Connacht, back in the top 8. Can't complain. Next up is a game that always actually delivers quite well for some reason, as Leinster hosted Cardiff. And now Cardiff were actually leading this game at half time, but slipped up to later on with Leinster winning 20 points, 33-20 to the Irishmen. So Leinster retained top spot, sitting a little bit in front, with a good win over Cardiff, which has been a banana skin game for them a few times. 5 tries to 3. It's just, again, Cardiff's kicking boot wasn't quite there. So yeah, good win for Leinster, who are wanting to finally win their first URC title, and really the third time of asking. And in the last but definitely not the least game, Ulster hosted Dragons. Yeah, both teams getting a try bonus point. Ulster scoring 7 tries, Dragons scoring 4. So yeah, really good to see. A higher scoring game. I thought Ulster would run away with it. They kind of have. 49-26. One team slightly more dominant, but it looks like Dragons still had some good chances. Yeah, great to see. A late on penalty try does help and give Dragons a try bonus point, but they got something out of that game which I don't think many people would have given them. But yeah, that's the prediction, that's the review. So I did get 8 out of 8 that week. I'm buzzing. I'll quickly run through the table for you. So the table currently sits at 1 Leinster on 44, 2 Bulls on 40, 3 Glasgow on 40. Bulls are ahead of Glasgow by about 50 points difference. 4 Edinburgh on 34, 5 Ulster on 34, 6 Munster on 34. Edinburgh top because they've won 8, then Ulster's won 7, Munster's won 6, so that's it in order there of wins. 7 Connacht on 33, 8 Benetton on 32, so they've slipped a bit. 9 Stormers on 30, 10 Ospreys on 30, 11 Lions on 29, so they're all kind of fight in there as well. And then you have the slight drop off to 12 Cardiff on 22, 13 Zebra on 14, 14 Scarlets on 12, 15 Dragons on 11, and then last still Sharks on 10, still with their 1 win. Yeah. Still don't know what's up with the Sharks, to be honest with you, no doubt. I can see them climbing up a bit as more European teams will start making that cross to South Africa. I believe Edinburgh's going across. I think they've got Stormers next, but yeah, that'll be a good game. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. I will be back in a couple of days because I've got a video on what each team wants and where they can come depending on what happens in the last 2 rounds of the Six Nations. Then we've got the Six Nations. I should be live for the Ireland-England, that's the other game on Saturday, as well as the Scotland one. And then maybe the Wales-France on the Sunday, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I shall see you absolute legends later.